きましたの徳富だ。守った、そして落ちた。
Hello everyone, and welcome back to TSN, or the Sasuke Nerds. I'm your host Evan, and today I want to discuss something that has never made an appearance on the channel before, and that is the World Ninja League, or WNL for short. WNL is in its 9th season and has continuously been growing each and every year. I personally am really grateful for Chris Wilczewski and the rest of the WNL team for giving us something to look forward to every year and, unlike other Ninja products, actually has good quality. In fact, more than half of the TSN team have done at least some work for the league. You can hear us on the mic during the Tier 2 World Championships as well as the Northeast Regionals, among other events. With the Tier 1 Worlds around the corner, some fans who may not be familiar with WNL might wonder who will be competing to become the World Champion. Here, I'm going to go over just some of the athletes you guys should look forward to at Worlds this year. Keep in mind, I will mostly be focusing on the Elite Male and Elite Female divisions, as they contain the most amount of ninjas that you guys might know from the ninja shows out there, and is the most popular age division in WNL. Lastly, this video is being scripted as of May 16th, 2024, so just because I mentioned an athlete here, doesn't mean they will be at Worlds for sure, but there are still so many talented athletes outside this list as well. With that said, let's get into it. But before I start going into the elite divisions, I want to go over a few athletes that aren't in the elite division, but still deserve a mention. To start with the young adults, we have Asher Sims. Asher has pulled off some of the most insane moments in his competitions, and if you follow him on Instagram, you can see some more Looney Tune moves that he does in training. For example, the one on screen. There is also Jason Leroy out of Grip's Gym, which is my home gym. This might be a recurring theme throughout the entire list. Jason is a really talented ninja and a super hard worker. In the adult division, however, I want to start with German ninja Frank Schmidt-Peter, who you may know from seasons 4, 5, 7, and 8 on Ninja Warrior Germany, where he would make it to the finals in 3 of those 4 seasons. Next, we have my man, Lance Nygren. Lance competed in the second gauntlet for WNL, where he would unfortunately lose his race to Yuri Prokaden. He's competing in adult this year because he's been recovering from an injured shoulder. Regardless, Lance is someone I am really looking forward to. Lastly, well, we have our very own Kane Casillas, aka Kane Nakasugi. Kane has been working very hard to improve on his craft and grow the sport over the past year, and it's honestly amazing to see the growth of a rising star on our very own channel. Now, let's talk about the elite divisions. This will be in no particular order, just going to list off some names that I, alongside many other ninja fans, are excited to see in WNL. To start off, we have the defending world champion in the elite male division, Tyler Smith. No, not that Tyler Smith. This Tyler Smith. Tyler essentially achieved the first ever Kanzen Seiha at the Tier 1 World Championships, beating all 3 stages. Other active world champions from seasons past are Season 5's champion Joe Moravsky, Season 6's champion Jay Lewis, and Season 7's champion Kayla Bergstrom. Unfortunately, Addie Herman, who was the world champion for the elite female division last year, will not be defending her title due to an ankle injury sustained at a prior competition. I wish Addie nothing but the best in her recovery from this injury. Last season, 2 other women, alongside Addie, cleared Stage 1 at Worlds, and those are Abby Clark and Isabella Wakeham, and they will surely be vying for the World Champion title. Abby Clark became the Premier Series champion this past year, and Wakeham, she got first place at the Ninja Femme competition earlier this year. I also want to mention the 2nd and 3rd place finishers at Ninja Femme, Corinne Capriati and Grace Gordon as well, because they, alongside Wakeham, qualified for Worlds this way. In fact, I got the chance to commentate Corinne's runs alongside Kane Nakasugi during the Northeast Regionals, and well, she did what she does best. Dominate. Speaking of that particular competition, I also want to mention that Rachel Deguts performed very well too, and she also competed on Gauntlet, like how Lance Negrin did. For the elite males, we have the insane performance of Jackson Urdas, who swept the competition and put up inhuman times on both the flow and challenge course. James Sanella also came out of competition retirement this season and acted like he never left. I would also like to shout out other challenge course full clears and Cody Benaway and Will Schlageter, the latter you may know from A&W. Someone I was really excited to watch in action was Ramses Valdez, who has gained a lot of attention in the community for his performance in the head-to-head test competition at Ninja Mania earlier this year, where he would place second and, in the relays, won 6 races in a row, showcasing his unreal endurance. But who did he lose to in that competition? None other than Tom Alberti. Tom was on fire during the Northeast Regionals too, placing very well in a stacked competition. Now guys, I think it is time to talk about my home gym, Grips. And unfortunately, not many athletes from Grips are going to Worlds this year. Some athletes that aren't attending are the Porters, Riley and Nick, Jack Howe, and, for the teen division, Oliver Lutman. Although they won't be at Worlds, be sure to be on the lookout for them in upcoming competitions like the second season of Premier Series. Nevertheless, there are 2 more Grips athletes I want to give a shout out to. I'll start with Madeleine Zernzak. If you watched Ninja Warrior Germany, Madeleine has competed in Season 7 and 8, hitting a qualifier buzzer in Season 8. She also competed in Ninja Femme, placing 5th overall. The last ninja from Grips I want to highlight is someone who actually made a cameo on the channel before, and that is Ethan Gardolski.
What another successful day.
Yo, what's up, my bro?
What's up?
Can I see you hit 1,000 subs?
Wait, what?
Dude, I know, right? Let's go.
That's crazy.
Yo.
Ethan competed on A&W 14 and hit a buzzer in qualifying. He's also coming into this season strong after a Stage 1 clear at Worlds last year, placing in the top 15. Before I go into some of the international athletes, there are a few miscellaneous athletes I haven't mentioned yet. Tyler Smith wasn't the only one to clear Stage 3 at Worlds last year. In fact, Noah Munier cleared it just a few runs before Tyler. There's also the Folsom brothers, Sam and Phil, who are just absolutely cracked out of their minds. Phil was the NSC champion for the men, while the women champion was Canadian breakout star Nora Brown-John. Lastly, you may notice 2 ninjas in some advertisement breaks during the streams. We have Joseph Rouse, who owns Slapshocks, and Enzo DeFerrari Wilson talking about his nonprofit, Ocean Needs Everyone. Now, for the internationals traveling across the world to Greensboro, I'll start with the UK, and there are 3 names here, and they need no introduction to anyone in the UK. Those are Jack Andrews and Hollis Lansford. If you guys want to know just how cracked these guys are at Ninja, just ask our very own Billy Vids, who had to compete against them in HC Fit competitions, and in the case of Jack, at True Function's Premier Series qualifier. France had a huge presence at Worlds last year, and is shaping up to be much of the same this year. And there are 4 French athletes I want to mention, and they are some of Ninja Warrior France's biggest stars. Those are Clement Gravier, Ilian Sharif, Morangelique, and Mathias Noel. In the case of Mathias, you may have watched last year's international qualifier where he placed first. There's also Yuri Prokudin, who I mentioned when talking about Lance. Yuri comes from Russia and was the winner of the first season of Super Ninja, and was also a participant in the second Gauntlet competition. He would place second, only losing to Joe Meisner. Lastly, there was a huge competition in Taiwan earlier this year known as the Jim E Fit Games. This was their first time partnering with WNL, and they had a stacked field, with the most notable name being 2-time Sasuke Grand Champion, Yusuke Morimoto. Other names here include talented Japanese ninja Ryohei Yamamoto, who placed first, Malaysia's Matt Redho, Alvin Tan, Darren Perez and his students from Guam, and of course, Jackie Wong and his students representing Hong Kong. Anyways, these are just some of the names to look out for Worlds this year. Of course, there is a lot of talent here in every age division, so be sure to tune in on WNL's YouTube channel for event coverage. Once again, I want to give a big shout out to Chris Wilczewski, the owner and CEO of WNL, as well as the rest of his staff, for working very hard all season to prepare for this momentous event for all ninjas. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, until next time on TSN.